Hey, I'm Natalie Smith with Heart Music, and today I'm going to help you get started right on the flute. Let's go! All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the flute together, and that seems pretty simple, but there's some things that you should keep in mind. So here we are. I've got my cleaning cloth. That's going to come in handy later. We've got three parts to the flute: the head joint, the foot joint, and the body. And the body we're going to start with, so right where the name of your flute is, this one's a Jupiter, yours is whatever it is, maybe Jupiter, maybe something else. You're going to grab right there and not on the keys. It's really important that you don't grab the keys whenever you're putting your flute together, because that will bend the keys and cause the notes not to come out right, and that'll be frustrating, and I don't want you to be frustrated. All right, so we've got the body, we've got the foot joint. Again, I'm gripping the foot joint where there's not keys, right? So here there's not keys, so I'm gripping right there. I'm going to put the foot joint straight on to the body. Boom. Okay? So not at an angle, and you may have to kind of twist a little bit, that's fine. But straight on. And the little ball right here on the foot joint is going to match up with the center of the D key right here, the last key on the body. So not like this. That kind of seems like it would make sense for all the keys to line up together, but that's actually not what we want, because your pinky is going to be working all these keys, and your pinky is little, right? We want to turn it in a little bit to give your pinky a better chance of reaching all those keys. So we're going to turn it so that the ball of the foot joint right here, this little ball, is in the middle of the D key. All right, now we got to get the head joint on there. So again, I'm gripping not on the keys. I'm not going to mess around with the keys. I'm gripping where there aren't any keys here. I've got my thumb and my forefinger firmly holding the body. And I'm going to take my head joint, again, put it straight in, not at an angle. I'm going to make sure that I'm not twisting it like this way when I put it in, so that the head joint and the body don't get bent. Okay, so I'm putting it straight in. And then when I take it out, come straight out. When I put it in, straight in. Now leave a little space. Don't put your head joint all the way in. It's going to be sharp. And we'll talk another time about what that means to be sharp and flat. But if you put it all the way in, it's going to be sharp. It's not going to be in tune. So leave it out about a finger width from all the way in. Most of you will have a little color variation right here. So you can tell when it's all the way in because the color is gone. So I'm going to leave it out just about a finger width. And how do I know how far to twist it in and out? So in is going to be toward you, and out is going to be away from you. How do you know how far to turn it in or out? Okay, so you want the embouchure hole right here to line up with the second key on the body. That's going to be the key that you put your finger on. I'll show you that in a minute. So the embouchure hole lines up with the second key on the body. And I will show you another angle to check that out. All right, so how to check to see if your head joint is rolled in or out the right amount. You're going to look down the body and you're going to eyeball and see if the embouchure hole is lined up with the second key this way. And mine is. So I'm good to go. Okay, holding the flute. You're going to stick out your left hand like you're going to shake hands with somebody. And your flute is going to be placed right kind of on that first knuckle there on your pointer finger, a little bit above it actually. So here's my knuckle, and then I've got this little divot. You can even see I've got a divot above that knuckle where my flute sits. And you're going to place the flute in between those first two keys. So you see in between these first two keys, right in between there on kind of the finger side of my knuckle. And that's going to be the right spot for my left hand. And then my first finger can just curl right around and work this key. And then my second finger needs to skip one and go here. And my third finger right next to it. And then my pinky on this lever. This is the A flat or E flat lever. So you see I'm skipping one here. Right, I skipped the first one. I've got my finger here, my first finger, skipping, second finger, third finger, pinky, thumb is gonna just be straight, nice and straight, and go right on the B lever. This is the B lever. You've got two keys back here, the B flat button, some people call that, and then the B lever. Some people call this the thumb B flat. This one is the B lever, and that's what you want to be on first. So your thumb is going to be nice and straight going on there. Not curved, because that's a lot of tension, but straight. So your left hand is first, second, third, pinky, and thumb straight on there. You need a little curve, a little bend in your wrist to support your flute properly on the left hand. Shoulders relaxed, arm is coming down and around, and wrist is bent so that it's basically like perpendicular to the ground and perpendicular to your flute, kind of like a pillar. And then the right hand, kind of shake your right hand out, let it be floppy and relaxed and loose. And then you're going to use that kind of natural curve of your hand. It's kind of like a C-ish curve. It might look different for you, but that natural curve, and leave it there, and then let it fall down. Let your first, second, and third fingers fall down on the last three keys of the body. You see that? The last three keys of the body. You skipped a couple. And then your thumb is going to naturally come around and end up somewhere in between your first and second fingers. So not this, not this, but naturally kind of straight again, if not curved in just a little bit. You see my fingers are arched and my thumb is pretty straight, a little bit curved. This is going to be a pretty natural position for your hand. So shake it around, place it on top. We're coming up, we're coming down from the top, and then as you lower your elbow, your thumb comes around. Pinky is almost always going to be on this E flat lever right here. Works the key on the other side. Sometimes it will play these, but not as often as this one right here. Okay, and that's your hand position. When you bring the flute to your body, you want to bring the flute to your body. So instead of bringing your head forward and reaching for your flute, sit up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, and then bring the flute straight up to you. You want to have shoulders relaxed, hands in natural curve position, not reaching, right? No tension, not coming over like this. Right on top of the keys. Thumb is a pillar, and that'll be a good spot for you to be in. All right, let's do it one more time. Bring your flute up to your body. Yep. Nice and tall. Good. Okay, we're not going to play like this yet today. We're going to take off the head joint and just do some work with your embouchure on just the head joint. So I'm gripping, again, not on the keys. I'm going to pull it, give it a turn, pull it straight off, and put my flute safely down with the keys facing up on a flat surface, not on my stand. All right, so you are going to have just your head joint and pucker your lips a little bit, like this. Kind of purse your lips. And then the embouchure hole is going to go directly on top of the middle of your lips, right where your lips meet. Your embouchure hole is going to go right in the center there. And then you're going to roll the head joint down. So So roll it down so that the embouchure hole is facing straight up. Let's do that one more time. So you're going to pucker your lips. Right here, straight on. And then roll it down. Okay, so you see that my lips are not covering the embouchure hole. The embouchure hole is pointing up, and I'm going to blow across. I'm going to take a nice big breath. You see, when I blow, I keep that kind of puckery kind of shape to my lips. Not pulled back. We don't want thin lips. We want mushy lips. Big breath. One more time. Big breath. Nice. All right, so now it's time to put away your flute. After playing every single time, you're going to clean it out before you put it away. So I'm placing it down on my case with the keys up, never with the keys down, because that can also bend and scratch your flute, bend your keys. I'm going to take my cleaning rod right here. This is the cleaning rod. Yours might be metal. And it looks kind of like a needle. There's a little eye up here. You're going to take your cleaning cloth, that important cleaning cloth from earlier, and you're going to thread it right through the eye of the cleaning rod. And boom, there we go. I like to wrap the large part over the end here so that I can really get all the way up in the head joint and clean out all of that moisture that has formed in the head joint. Make sure it's good and clean. All right, so I'm going to pull off the head joint. Remember, gripping the tenon. This part is called the tenon, where it goes together, not the keys. And I'm going to pull straight off. And just push the cleaning rod with the cloth and give it a few little twirls. And then I also like to kind of wipe off the lip plate. It's likely that you will have some stuff from your lips on the lip plate, and that is totally fine. Just wipe it off after you're done playing before you put it in your case. Go right there in its special spot. All right, and then remember, we're going to take off the foot joint from the body by gripping the parts with no keys. We give it a little twist, pull straight off. All right. So I'm just going to run straight through there. Whoop, get all the moisture out, put it in its special spot. And then same thing for the body. Go through here. And I'm pushing it through the end so that it will stick out. Pull it all the way through. And there we go. I can put my cleaning rod back in its spot. Fold my cleaning cloth. And there we go. All done. Okay, hey, thank you so much for watching this video and for getting started right on the flute. I'm so happy you decided to play the flute, and I hope you have so much fun this year. Let me know if you need anything. You can contact me through Heart Music. I'm Natalie Smith, and have a great year. Bye.